Let's do a neon text effect that's really simple in Illustrator. Let's first make sure that we're in Illustrator, and if you'd like to use the font that I'm using, go ahead and go to the link in the description below for Suncatcher and download that font, the OTF file, and then come back to the video and we'll finish it up. So now that we are in Illustrator, let's hit File, New, and let's just do a custom of 1000 by 1000 pixels, a square, no bleed, RGB, and just hit create. So we have a great box here. Best practice is to hit File, Save As, and let's call this Neon. I'm going to save it to my desktop. Just hit Save. And I'm going to replace that one because I had one named Neon. Okay, and then just hit OK. And then we're going to grab the rectangle tool, and we're going to create a black background to help our neon pop a bit. And this is just to see it pop a bit. Make sure that your under View, Smart Guides is on, and then go up here and it says intersect, and then just drag a rectangle down until it snaps down at the bottom. And then let's choose a fill of black over here in the properties panel. And then let's lock that layer so it stays out of our way. And let's create two new layers. So up here in our layers panel, I just clicked this button twice, and let's rename this bottom layer as Neon Bottom and Neon Top. And then we can name this background. It's just a good idea to get in the habit of naming your layers. It just makes it smoother. Okay, so now that we have our layers labeled, let's go to our type tool and just click anywhere and type neon. We obviously can't see that, so let's grab our black selection tool up here in the left-hand corner. And then let's change the fill to magenta. And then let's hold down the shift key, come down here to the corner, click out of that, and let's drag our text out. Holding the shift is going to keep it from getting wonky and scale it up in the right way. So let's come over here to our characters panel. If you don't have it set up like I do here, just hit Window, type character. And then if you have that font downloaded, just type it in, Suncatcher, and I'm going to select it. And then first thing we want to do is scale this up and then bring it to the middle. And then I'm going to hit Command minus, which is right by, on a Mac, it's right by your 0. And then Command copy and Command V to paste. We just created a copy of this text in case we need it again. I am going to, now we want to again copy this, Command C. Now, tricky part, go up to your top layer, make sure that's selected, hit Command V. So this is on a completely different layer. It makes things so much easier. So whenever you're trying to grab your text and change things, you have them on different layers. Let's lock the top layer. That way it won't get in our way, and zoom in a bit. So now we have our text here. Let's go ahead and select it. And then so for this effect, we want to bring a stroke on your bottom layer. Remember that. Okay, same color, magenta. I'm going to do a stroke of 10. I've done this before, and I find that for this size, a stroke of 10 works. So I've done that. You can see that this is much fatter than my top layer. With it selected, I'm now going to go to Effect, Blur, Gaussian Blur. Make sure that you tick Preview. I'm going to bring this down a bit. That to me looks pretty good. I can go back and change it. I'm going to show you how to do that. Just hit OK. And another thing that we want to do is change our color to a global swatch, because that way we can change the color if we decide to later. Hit OK. Click out of that. Really simple, guys. Okay, so I'm just going to lock this bottom layer. That's done. Unlock my top layer. Click on my top layer. Use my selection tool. Just change this top type to white. And then you're going to take it and drag it. It's going to snap. You're going to feel it snap on there. Okay? And there you go. That is your simple neon text effect. And if you feel like this blur is a bit much, then you want to go over to your window panel. Make sure that your top text is selected, or actually your bottom text is selected if you want to change your Gaussian blur. So lock your top layer so it doesn't get in your way. This is what I was talking about. This is why we're doing this in layers. And then go down to your bottom layer, click it, hit Window, Appearance, and then here you have your Gaussian blur. Double click that, hit Preview, and then you can hit Shift down arrow and go down a bit. Go down a bit. I think that looks pretty good to me. And then just hit OK. Close out of all of these. And there you go. That's your neon text effect. Really simple. It just gives your text a bit of style, a little bit of pop. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.